Hey everybody, Duality here with a 1v1 analysis, this time with Bepis. So we're gonna watch through his gameplay here and try to figure out what goes wrong, what goes right, things can be improved on. He gives the opponent a little bit of too much space there, but he keeps on his challenge and is able to get over him. Here he should be grabbing that boost. That might be a good situation to take a power shot on. Taking it up in the corner here is kind of risky. As you see, it's easy to kind of flop away from the ball, so that might be something to watch for. Alright, so you want to turn around in time to grab that and keep it going. A pop-up might throw it too far from your car, so you might want to work on keeping your car like footed on the ground and just keeping the ball going with you while you drive, instead of jumping at it a lot of times. So here you should make a wide turn around. You get to that quickly, so that's a good challenge there. Recognize what's going on. That's a risky one. Jumping in your corner like that can leave you out of the play for a long time. So in situations like that, again, just try to make sure that you're not dodging too much. Just keep your car on the ground and try to just move around with the ball instead of throwing yourself at it. So here he has sometimes he's grabbing Sapus, but do think he's giving the enemy a little bit too much space. And here he's too far up from the net, so when you're defending you need to make sure that you're deep enough inside the net to make a save from wherever it's coming from. Anywhere outside of the net or into the box can make it too hard for you to save the ball, usually with it being just too high over you. Good opportunity for a flick there, good try. Dodging at that challenge would not be recommended in his side of the pitch. A little bit risky, might be smarter to run back if that's your only sort of challenge there, just because it would be too easy to clear over. So here you're making some good challenges. You drive a little bit too quickly at the ball there, so try to just control your car with a little bit slower bursts of speed. Maybe not going too far around it like that. So here's risky. As soon as he knows that the opponent is on net, he should be basically just going right back to net. Driving backwards like that will give the opponent too much time to work with the ball there. So once you know that you don't have to play, just turn around, get going to net, maybe fake challenge on your way back. But don't just sort of drive your car backwards a long way. It's too easy to get tripped up with that and be punished. So here he needs to make sure he gets to the ball quick enough, maybe pop it over the wall and play it from there. A little bit too weak, kind of bounces straight back out. Take a touch to get with it again. Nice challenge there to push it over. And so here he's kind of looking where he is. He's able to gain possession, which is nice. And here his first touch is a little bit too far up on the ball. Anytime you're trying to get any sort of scooping or flicking action with the ball, make sure you're far enough on the other side of the ball to make it easier for you to scoop it up. Because again, you want to kind of cut it across the pitch as much as you can. So that's a nice play there. The opponent was too far in corner, and he drags it into opposite side to punish him. Okay, so we should be kind of watching this. Kind of throws the ball away by doing that. Gives the opponent a lot of time to work with something. So work on just keeping a presence on the ball a little bit more, not kind of nonchalantly just going back for boost. Because it kind of signals to the opponent that they have a lot of time to work with it. And you don't want to give them that sort of comfort. Here, you kind of just hesitate a little bit too much. A quicker shot would have been more effective and less likely to be punished, but that's a good flick over him, so you're still able to get the shot. A quicker opponent might have challenged that a little bit earlier, and with the flick there it might have smacked it off the top of your car, so that's risky, but... Okay, good job doing a single pop there, so you're not throwing yourself too far out, you're able to recover. Should play this slow. Kind of cut it up against the wall there, but it got a lucky bounce, so you're able to turn around and finish that, so that's smart. Okay, so he's watching this, needs to keep a presence on it. Watching the opponent go for boost, so he can kind of start the fake challenge here. His opponent's off the ball, so he can go at that. A little bit far to the right of the ball there. A nice follow-up there. Here he doesn't want to dodge. I kind of knew he was going to, based on the way he's been playing. But in that situation, it's just too risky, and you're almost never going to get anything out of it. So you want to just start heading back to net, and so you can just play the ball from there. But dodging in the enemy's side of the pitch is very, very risky, especially kind of haphazardly like that. So he's watching this. He's a little bit too far out of net. kind of gets a weak clear out to the enemies just a little bit quicker to get that. He sees his opponent off the ball, so he should be running to this, making sure you get there. That's a pretty easy follow-up, so nothing too crazy going on there, just respecting that and feeding off of your mistake. Okay, so things I would try to focus on, make sure you're not too, like, haphazardly running back to your net without thinking. Try to adjust yourself to give a little bit more presence on the play and more pressure on the opponent, so they don't have all the time in the world to set something up. Work on dodging a little bit less, especially on the enemy side of the pitch. Try to get comfortable moving the ball up and around with your car and stuff like that with some slower touches to keep the ball a little bit closer to you without kind of throwing it at them. And that's by, when you're dribbling it, just try to keep it on the middle or towards the back of your car. When it's on the front, if you boost into it like that, you'll kind of just push the ball away from you, and that's how a lot of people give up possession, especially in ones. So, yeah, try to just control the car a little bit smoother, maybe try to play a little bit slower in some situations, but other than that, good job.